We should be live now. We should be live. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another stream with S1REN from Offensive Security. Today, we'll be streaming DigitalWorld.local Torment. This is a machine that's available on VulnHub, which is a free resource maintained by Offensive Security. And if you would like to follow along, I will be posting the link in the description here on YouTube. And if you're with me here live on twitch.tv, then I'll be posting it in the chat as well. So thank you guys for being here. If you are watching this on YouTube, you can go ahead and skip to the 30-minute mark. And that is when the hard start will begin. Until then, as always, we're going to go ahead and let people trickle in and ask questions or talk about their week, kind of just relax before we get into this machine. Wow. Wow. My goodness. That is a lot of people. Holy cow. That is a lot of people. I'm so sorry. This is out of the ordinary. Usually we have about 100 people or so. At least as a live stream, but 400 people, my goodness. Everyone's been waiting, you say. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. This is something, is it not? Okay, chat. One moment. Okay. So, my goodness. Look at what we have here. Hello from Nicaragua. So many people. Please change the stream title. Yes, this is actually Torment, not Fall. My goodness. I'm sorry, I'm just a little taken aghast here. Well done to the offensive security community for the publicity lately. Can we just get a round of applause to every intruder from offensive security who has been with us in these streams for the last year straight? A round of applause, because you guys have been absolutely foundational and phenomenal to the success of this particular stream. So, well done to everybody. Yes, all the emojis in chat. Well done, well done. I'm going to go ahead and drop the link to today's machine. Let me get that here on VulnHub. If you, nothing has changed. We maintain, the course of action. We maintain the course of action. To all the regulars, thank you for being here. I would love to address you normally as I would one by one. Andy, welcome. DTH, welcome. And to everybody who's a first-time chatter, welcome to the Offensive Security stream. Welcome, welcome. We're glad to have you. And we certainly have a fun box today. I mean, of all the boxes, am I right? Of all the boxes that we could be doing today, we have DigitalWorld.local Torment. This is, aside from the one we had done a couple of weeks back, this was supposed to be the author's original intent was to mimic as much pain and suffering as possible. And that it can even take an experienced penetration tester quite some time to get through this. So no worries. If, absolutely no worries. Yeah, bring them on, exactly. Bring them on. My goodness, the views are pouring in at an unprecedented rate. So, absolutely, thank you. Okay, we have Falcon Spy here. Everybody, I would like to introduce you to Falcon Spy, our community moderator. And he also leads all of our OffSec office hours. You may have been there today. A couple hundred of you were. He is our, yes, he is our ambassador in the community. And we could not be more proud of the work that Falcon Spy has done and the hard work that he puts in every single day to maintaining this kind of community and to maintaining the rules and upholding everything that we do. So thank you so much. I see Alex Offsec is here. My goodness, a lot of first-time chats here. A lot of first-time chats. So welcome. And we're going to stick and maintain the course. This stream is dedicated to the community. It is for the community, from the community, by the community. And our attack vectors will remain on point. They come from the community and from the chat. Un momento, por favor. Okay. So, let's take a look. Siren speaking Spanish now too. OffSec is growing. I mean, can we take a look at the recent announcement, everybody? My goodness. OffSec lives. Excuse me. OffSec Live. OffSec Live. Everybody is going live June 22nd. And I would be lying to you if I told you that the inspiration for OffSec Live didn't come directly from you guys, directly from the heartbeat and the fire of this organization and this community and information security. So thank you to each and every one of you who has been a regular. You guys know who you are. You know who you are. And thank you to each and every one of you who has been here. You've been absolutely foundational to the success and foundational to the success of just everything we've done. So thank you, and thank you, and thank you, and thank you, and thank you. We have a couple of announcements today before we begin. The Web 200 exam is live. I know. Fat drops right there. Huge announcements. But one statement. The OSWA examination. Yeah, fired up, right? The OSWA examination, guys, is live. And you are welcome to schedule your exam and be a certified, offensive security, certified web assessor. That is web attacks with Kali Linux, the single largest attack surface in the world. So, thank you guys for being here, and that is the announcement there. The other obvious announcement is that we have OffSec Live, and we have changed up our coloring a little bit. We're no longer that green and black. We want to keep the logo on the stream as much on brand with offensive security as we can. So just updating the logo, updating the colors. Yeah, you guys noticed? Excellent. Excellent. I hope you guys like the vibes. And offensive excellent, thumbs up, absolutely. Senac21 just made it. How's it going, Siren in chat? Welcome, Senac. Summers, as always, welcome. Summers, first time chat from Shay441 says, hey everybody, hello, and welcome to Offensive Security's official stream. Guys, I don't know if you saw the statistics, but our last video was at 13.2 thousand views, and these are not your ordinary videos. These are not your ordinary recordings. This is computer security, computer science, and as a community at that. So big shout outs to all of everything you guys have done. Like, I'm just speechless at this point. That's a 13 to 14 times increase on our typical viewership. So to all the students here that are working towards their cybersecurity certifications, and they want to get involved, and they want to know where to be and what to do and what this whole thing is about, I can tell you with an impunitive fact that you are in the correct place. This is the spot. This is the spot. Yeah, I know, right, Piyush? We have 510 viewers right now, and let's try and get involved as much as we can with those viewers. We have 19 minutes left on the clock. I'm going to paste the link again. Make sure you guys check out the playlist. If somebody would like to grab the link to Offensive Security's official YouTube channel, check out the machine playlists. I cannot emphasize that enough. If you are curious, thank you. Green Jam is already on it. Look at that. 2 seconds, done. So, thank you, Green Jam 94. Please, if you are new, check out that link that Green Jam 94 just sent. That is Offensive Security's official YouTube channel. All of the recordings, whether you read about this in tech and news outlets, or whether you read about this, through our official Discord or information security prep Discords, communities, whatever it might be that brought you here, please make sure you check out that official YouTube channel, because that is a personal archive of every machine that we have ever done on twitch.tv. And it is a massive support to anybody looking to get into this field with a head start and with the right mindset. I mean, these kinds of videos with the community working together through these methodologies and attacking these machines is absolutely fundamental towards growing as a community. So, hello, Siren. Hello, Maticus. Another long-time original. Welcome back, Maticus. Alex Offsec. Geeky Boogie. First-time chat from Nuttariff. Welcome, Nuttariff. DTH517. Obviously, welcome, DTH. Von Baron. Downloading vMachine now. Perfect. Yep, go ahead and download it, guys. Follow that lead. First-timer from Cyberstorm. So, welcome, Cyberstorm. You are in the right place, my friend. First time chat from Abaden says, "Hi Siren, I am just asking about the free course that you offer. How can we register, please?" So head on over to offensivesecurity.com, and it's a free course. You can take Pen 100, Web 100, SOC 100. You can take all of the 100 level courses for free. Now, we do not grant certifications for those courses. They are only intended to be a free educational resource to get you started in this world and to make Navy SEALs a cracking at you. So we're going to get you there if you stick with these streams. If you stick with OffSec Live and you stick with Offensive Security, we will make you those Navy SEALs a cracking. So welcome. Hello, and first time chat from France. From the Master Size says, "Hello from France. First lesson, can you tell me your password? Haha, very funny." Blind Hacker, we have a celebrity with us. The Blind Hacker himself. If you guys want to check out the Offensive Security podcast, it's in the name. He's a professional penetration tester, and he's blind. I don't know what else to tell you. It's real. It's a real deal, folks. He's one of our own. We are so proud of him, and it brings me to tears every time that we hear his story. So thank you, Blind Hacker, for being here. We'd love to have you, buddy. Love to have you. I know, wow, right? Wow, chat, exactly. Could not be any more correct. Wow is an understatement. Thank you, Blind Hacker, for everything that you do. And thank you for being here. And we appreciate every ounce of work that you've put into growing the community yourself, and every ounce of work that you put in to Offensive Security yourself. You really are a hero for those that need accessibility in this world. So thank you, buddy. Jester Juco says, Siren, sorry for the redundant question. 100 level courses are free now. At least I think they are. I think we offered 100 level courses. Falcon, please, please, please go ahead and correct me if I'm wrong. They are not. Okay, correction. I stumbled, I fumbled. They are not free, only Pen 103. That's what it was. Pen 103 is. Thank you, Falcon Spy, for correcting me on that. Pen 103 is free. But the others will act as an introductory to get you into the 200 level and then subsequent 300. And if you're just pure no words, then maybe you're OSEE one day or something like this, you know? So, any other further questions? Anything from the community while everybody's firing up their machines here? VulnLink didn't work, which I'll paste it again. What you need to do is copy the full endpoint. That includes the comma 299 / Hype train incoming. Absolutely, absolutely. Happy Friday. Let's get this out of the way, guys. Happy Friday to each and every one of you. It's been winded, but it is Friday, and I hope you guys had a great work week. I hope that we can all settle down here in this chat and, you know, coming out of work, coming out of those, you know, jobs and everything, and just sit back and enjoy some infosec on that aggressive side. So, first time chat from Confused Daily. Welcome. Have to Dream. Am I from Spain? That's a firm no. Negative. I am not from Spain. Solero, will you be testing with lab? We do labs here. Absolutely. Is the Red Bull ready? Man, I have been on actually like 5-hour energy drinks all day. I've had back-to-back meetings, and a lot of just, you know, errata that I have to fix up. But in case you're joining just now, again, a second announcement. OffSec Live starts officially June 22nd. Don't worry, I've gotten countless private messages and direct messages asking, Siren, will your streams continue with OffSec Live? The answer is a resounding yes. I will be here. I will be here for you guys every Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern, 4:30 soft start, 5 p.m. hard start. As always, I will be here for you guys, so let's just get that officially answered. Bring your coffee. Absolutely. Delano, correct. Boogie Pop, iced tea. Your voice reminds me of Kit Boga. I'm not sure who Kit Boga is, but cool. Can I download your brain into mine in Mila Summers? Summers, yes, you can. The answer is absolutely yes. And it's just going to take a lot of time. Summers, a lot of time. And a lot of commitment to this field and to the world of security. So, my gosh, people are just pouring in. It is absolutely blowing up. Yeah, you can totally check out sirensecurity.io. I have plenty of blog posts there about information security, prepping for your OSCP, web attack methods, so on and so forth. That's just my personal blog if you want to know a little bit about me. Also, refresher on the OffSec Be the Resource Challenge. That is # Be the Resource. It is the Be the Resource Challenge from Offensive Security. That is the struggles that we face in this world and how we can cope with them together. So absolutely, if you have your own posts, please don't hesitate to reach out to the Be the Resource Challenge and go ahead and post in our Discord, dude. Absolutely. Abso-freaking-lutely. I know we're kind of... are we going to make it to the homepage of Twitch accidentally? That would be kind of interesting. All right, Siren, turn down the gain on your input by 5%. You're clipping a little bit. Okay, let me grab that for you, buddy. And that should be good. I don't think I should be clipping too much anymore. 10 minutes remaining, says DTH. Yes, 10 minutes remaining. So, Black Mamba 904, my blog is sirensecurity.io. But yeah, no, I gotta drink some water here, man. I have to stay hydrated. So another announcement, guys. We have a PG practice giveaway starting this Sunday on Discord. So pay attention if like this weekend, pay attention on Discord. We have a PG practice giveaway, not PG play. PG practice. That is all of our exclusive machines straight from Offensive Security, dude. Like, if you're a regular in the OffSec Discord, stay tuned because we'll be dropping that. Dude, PG practice is the best. I've used so many platforms, and it's like 1999 straight into the minds of offensive security developers, some of the best in the world. And you get to take apart and practice on these machines. We've graded them as best we could, from the easiest machines to warming up to pretty difficult to straight up trying harder, which is our motto at this company. We believe in that very much with everything that we do. So let's see here. Yeah, I've done PG play only, PS. Hey, PG practice. I mean, give it a try for a month, man. It does not hurt. It does not hurt. It is only going to work to improve your capabilities as a penetration tester and your efficacy. That's all. So let's see. Maticus Maximus. Thank you, Maticus. Dropping the link to the Discord. But as an absolutely free resource, you have access to all of PG Play. And as another free resource, you have access to the single largest repository of vulnerable machines on the internet at VulnHub. That's right, Piesh. VulnHub. So please, by all means, make use of the resources that we are putting out, man. And these things will only help you to become a more effective penetration tester. OffSec official, what are the vibes? I'm not sure what that means, Magic Owl. I am not sure. Not yet started? No, we got about 7 more minutes. Bibello78, and welcome, Bibello. Glad to have you. Positive mental energy, positive mental vibes at all times. This is a PMA zone. So, absolutely. Let's keep it positive. Let's keep it professional. And positive mental vibes, man. Magic Owl says the vibes are 100% clearly, yes. I mean, I don't think we could have more positive vibes at all. This community is bumping. We are up to 528 views. It is absolutely bumping right now. In fact, this is a record for offensive security and the public eye. This is an absolute record. So, congratulations to the community. Yeah, Photon Travel, get hype, absolutely. Get hype, get hype. So, your super start says, first time to security stream, very new to this industry and not sure where to start. Any help? You're in the right place. I can tell you that much. Look no further. you are 100% in the right place, even if you don't follow along. Just watching, the sheer act of watching, observing the community attack vectors, and so on and so forth is like the perfect place. So let's just assume that 4/5 of the viewership right now is completely new to cybersecurity and how we do things. I got about 5 minutes on the clock, so I want to say, on behalf of offensive security, don't view this as so intimidating. This is a very achievable goal in your life. This is a very achievable thing. This is something that can be done. And we have set you up with so many platforms and so many courses 24/7 to make you successful and to make you the single most lethal hackers on the planet, dude. Straight up. So, ethical, of course. Don't want to fall from grace, you feel me? So, welcome to the stream to each and every one of you who's new into the world of offensive security. What better place to be than the OffSec official stream? Maticus says the lethality. I like it. Yeah, absolutely. TR0X01. If you are new, then by all means, you're in the right place. This is going to be foundational to your career. This is going to be a great place to start. This is a good place. And if you put in some side hustle on those machines, even while these streams aren't going, man, then you're only going to be moving forward. There is no backward. I can promise you there's only forward in that direction. Forward leaning. So great question to OffSec official from Magic Owl. Will these be kept up? To everybody here who's wondering, what happens to these recordings? 100% of them are stored for 2 weeks on twitch.tv. And 100% for rewatching purposes and practice purposes. And 100% of them will be made available on YouTube. Please don't miss our YouTube channel. We have everything from like webinars that get uploaded there to talks to people that you can meet inside offensive security from some of the best in the world. And on top of that, we have a private little playlist. Well, I say private, it's just tucked away, man. It needs more attention. There's a public playlist there with every single one of these streams that you guys can watch. Countdown on the clock. We have less than 60 seconds and we're going to begin this machine. Crack your knuckles, crack your back, because we're going to begin. Somebody says Torment versus S1REN. Who wins? I don't know. Let's find out. So welcome everybody. This is the way we do things. I have a directory. Let's just list out for everybody new the way we do this. I have a directory for the machine, what my target is. I have files for anything that I may exfiltrate from that target. I have vulnerabilities for anything that's a possible service version or anything that I'm particularly crafting up in terms of payloads, they go in there. Any particular hashes that we might recover or sensitive information, direct plain text passwords, or potential users are useful in flat files because what we can do is we can pump those into common tooling and get to spraying a network if we need be. But with that being said, I've gone ahead and exported my IP here, my target IP as 1.210. And I've also export a URL environment variable. This just speeds up the process. So let's just get down to business to defeat the Huns. Nmap-p- to cover 65,535 ports, -sv for service version, and -sc for simple scripts. At the target IP, tac open. Why do we use tac open? Because 65,535 ports is a lot. And in a real-world engagement, you're not going to be off a local access network all the time. It's going to be high ping, and what you want is you want to go ahead and just check those open ports. Now, if it's a compliance scan, make sure a network segregation test, you'd want to go ahead and drop that just to make sure that a network is properly segregated. But we're not doing that. We're just scanning down a machine here. We're going to take these notes and enumeration, we're going to get those in a cherry tree or your note-taking platform of choice. I changed it to red and blue. Red, white, and blue. I think there's a little white in here somewhere. I don't know. Yes, Piyush. Enumeration. And then some more. All right, and we have our scan back. Let's go ahead and clock all of this into, holy cow, that's a lot of ports. Goodness gracious. Host is up. Let's get that into cherry tree, and I just paste that right underneath Nmap here. Let's go ahead and get everything highlighted. So I like to highlight. The reason I like to highlight is just because of machines like this. Machines that I could be scanning down a whole class C and it could look something like this. Just a whole bunch, man. And I want to be able to come back and quickly recognize the things that stand out to me so that I'm not just scanning through a bunch of white text, for goodness sake. Like, save yourself. So 21 FTP, looks like we have VS-FTPD 2.0.8 or later, and clearly we have anonymous access. We will be exploring that later. 22 is SSH, so it looks like it's running Debian Protocol 2.0. 25 is SMTP, that is mail postfix SMTP, and this is interesting. I see the verify capability for SMTP. Should we ever find any users, that's something to mentally note. Then we have 80 HTTP Apache HTTPD 2.14.25. Going down the list, looks like we might have some NFS on 2049. Definitely worth looking into. 139 and 445. So 139, 445, NetBIOS SSN. The target machine we already enumerated from the top is going to be Nix based. So we know this is Samba. This is going to be Samba, or Common Internet File Structure. So more Samba here. Confirms of Debian as the target operating system, so I'm just going to toss that straight at the top. And what else do we have? Port 2049, okay. NFS ACL, so that's going to be like a network file share. We could definitely like do some show mount on that. We could attempt to mount and check all of those. 6667. What the heck is IRC doing here? 6668, 9, 72, 74. Guys, IRC. What a blowback. IRC looks fun. 6667. And a Mount Daemon. Inlock Manager. Another Mount Daemon and another Mount Daemon for RPC. I'm going to clean this up there, tidy it up a bit. Our Nmap server message block came back with the computer name of Torment. So if you would like to, right here, the fully qualified domain name is Torment. So you could edit your Etsy host file, just place the IP space Torment, and everything would resolve properly with your scanners and everything, so on and so forth. So going down the list, I want to go ahead and while we're at the Nmap stage, I want to nmap-p139 and 445 script is equal to smb-enum tac shares at the target IP. And this is going to enumerate out those shares that we know exists. There we go. Let's just get as much information and enumeration back as possible. Great. So we have a backup, which is pretty suspect, pretty suggestive. IPC comes to mind, like, do we have SMB null sessions that we can, drop into there or something, A printer, or a printer share. Everything is looking pretty good. Pretty good. The next stage of all of this is prioritizing our 2-try list. I'm even going to put in parentheses that this is a 2-try list. I may update my template a little bit. I like to have things be nice and spaced out. That way when I copy and paste it into Discord, everything looks pretty. So we have 21 FTP, 22 SSH, 25 SMTP. What else, man? What else? 80 HTTP. Yep, you got it, PS. You got it. 139 and 445. 139, 445. CIFS, SMB. What else do we have that we really want to explore? 2049. Looks like NFS share. It's floating around there. 6667. I'm going to leave it at just that for all the 666 ports. Looks like IRC. And then some Mount Damons, and we'll just kind of leave it at that. I think we got our hands full with just this enumeration alone. So guys, with all that being said, look how quick that was. And now when you come back to this target, everything is nice. It stands out. You have your 2-try list, and you've already got a good grasp mentally, for time's sake, as to what you need to test. So what are we looking for here, guys? What takes priority of all of these? I see FTP anonymous right at the top. So we're going to say check for anonymous login. Let's go ahead and do that. I see FTP, SMB. FTP was first. Let's jump into that. Let's just jump into it, man. Let's jump into it. So we're going to type FTP at the target IP on port 21. Anonymous. Well, let's make sure that's working right. Anonymous. And we are connected successfully. So dir. And here's everything that we have, right? We type dir. Now we have, what a tease. gshadow.back, password.back, shadow.back. Unfortunately, if I type, I like to do this. I like to go into files for this purpose, because whatever we end up downloading, I want it placed in the appropriate directory. So let's, if we attempt to get password.back, that's going to be a failed to open file because we do not have the permissions or the permissibility to retrieve that file. Does anybody know a trick here for listing out all files regardless? That's right. ls-lsa. And we've got different information back. Take a look, baby, take a look. SSH, SMTP, Samba, NGIRCD, so we know that it's using NGIRC daemon. Network file share, MySQL, IMAP, FTP, and cups. How's that? So I'm thinking, goodness gracious, what's going on with .ssh? Directory change successfully. Let's go ahead and grab that IDRSA file. I have a feeling it won't be that simple, but we'll take a look. So, we have that SSH file there. And we also have network file share, FTP. What about that IRC? And let's cd into NGIRCD. List out everything. Get channels. And we're going to analyze this information later. We'll check out MySQL. Well, if I could spell correctly. .MySQL. And nothing in there, unfortunately, man. Good thinking. Let's check NFS. Nothing there either. Oh, goodness. What about cups? I saw that running on 631. Nothing there either. Okay. So let's take a look. See here, baby. We got IMAP. What about IMAP? Any configs? Nada. Did we check out SMTP? What about Samba? I mean, are they interfacing these directories at all together? Nothing. Okay. Shadow.back we cannot retrieve. Maxthor, we can't retrieve that because we do not have permissions. So, all of that being said, we've already retrieved and exfilled quite a bit of information from this FTP anonymous access. Let's keep the train moving. What was here? Cat star. So we have an IDRSA file, but we don't have any known users yet. So just as a heads up, we're going to chmod 600 that IDRSA. And we did get channels. And, you know, tying 2 and 2 together, we have IRC with some channels here. So I'm going to copy this, move over to my enum, and drop a note for myself on port 6667 that we have a list of channels here. You know what I mean? That just simplifies it, man. Simplifies it. So we got those channels. Well, at least we got something back. Enum for Linux, I like it. So let's go up to the top here. 139445, the next thing on the list. Let's run enum for Linux against the target. What are we looking for with enum for Linux? Guys, enum for Linux at the target IP. What protocol is this working off of? Users, I'm seeing that. Users and shares. Correct. Server message block, correct. Common internet file structure. Guys, we're learning. This is good. Hell yes. So, enum for Linux at the target IP. Uh-oh. What do we have? Doesn't look like it permits null sessions. Can we confirm that with SMB client? Let's just try it. At the target, let's echo out the IP so I do it right. SMB client at 192.168.1.210. We'll say to... Let's go back to our enum for the shares. Couldn't get access denied. So our nmap script did that for us. So if I try to type in something like backup and do -N, that says that's short for null session or an SMB null session. And that's going to give us exactly what it gave nmap, which is an NT status access denied. Access denied. But it's not over, man. It is not over. So I'm just going to go up here. I'm going to move on, quite frankly. I'm going to move on. Access denied. We have no SMB null sessions. Great. So SSH right now, I'm going to move to the bottom. Can anybody tell me why I move SSH to the bottom of my to-try list? Why might that be? Why do we do that out of the gate? Our Lugo 14 was the first with the answer there. We don't have creds, man. It's like out in the Wild West and there's just a tumbleweed. There ain't no users. We got nothing. There's no users. We got no targets here, man. No targets. So SSH is down at the bottom. Now I will put that we have retrieved, and we did manage to retrieve a ID RSA key. We just need a user. All right, baby. So SMTP, I'm going to move down next to SSH. Can anybody tell me why I do that? Why would I do that? Again, same thing. We don't have users. How can we verify the existence of a user on the machine if we don't have any potentials? No potential usernames, no potential targets. So 80 HTTP NFS network file share. IRC is looking good. But let's check out 80 HTTP. Didn't we have, am I missing one? I think I might be, dude. Nope. Yeah, I am. I totally forgot to highlight 631. We also have HTTP with a risky method here of put, for goodness sake. So for anybody familiar, this is just literally the equivalent to being able to upload a file of your choice to a writable web directory. It's that simple. If we can find a web directory on 631 that has write permissions, we could put a file on there. That is assuming that it, is unauthorized. If it requires HTTP basic authentication, we will find no such luck. But it's a good place to start. So I'm going to put beneath the HTTP here that we have another HTTP, 631 cups. 631 cups. And what is the types of things that when we approach hypertext transfer protocol, guys, what do we want to do? You guys know it from the past year, but for the 4/5 of people here, what kind of things do we want to look for when we look at the web? When we look at that internet? World Wide Web. GoBuster, WFuzz, yes. So we want to look for directories, files, and fuzzing such things, right? We want to do manual analysis and recon. What else do we want to do? Yes, goodness gracious, let's throw that in there. View the source, Luke. View the source. What else do we want to look for? What about robots.txt, .svn entries, .ds stores left behind, like just any of those files that might be there, PHP infos, who knows? Someone else says Nikto. All right, you know what? No arms barred. No arms barred. Let's go ahead and Nikto -- host. I'm going to do that in a new window, actually. Nikto -- host HTTP 192.168.1.210 and we'll do -C for all. That just basically says I want to perform all checks. Can anybody tell me why we permit Nikto on the exam? Why do we allow Nikto and not vulnerability scanners? Come on, we got this. Why do we allow Nikto? Doesn't do exploitation? Does not auto-exploit? No exploitation? I'll tell you why. The reason we allow Nikto on the exam, or on our exams, is because directly, Nikto does not perform any logic. Nikto just says, I have a decade and a half to 2 decades of positives that have resulted in compromise of one target or another. It's just a repository. It's totally dumb logic. It just throws thousands of GET requests to see, it flings them along, thousands of just fling GET requests one after the next. And it's completed. And we did not get much back, but let's be thorough with our enumeration and still get Nikto in there. One problem you might encounter, dude, when using Nikto is that it can give back a lot of false positives. So I have a section actually just for Nikto, and then obviously we got to trim this up. Like icons, readme, manual. Are we interested in Apache manual right now? Like, no, dude, I'm not. I see post, that's particularly useful. It appears to be outdated, but you know what? It's fine. It leaks. This is not good stuff. Like e-tags. These would technically be formally reported as, depending upon your scoring system at your organization, these would be reported as either informational or low findings. But for the sake of educational purposes, let's hone in, let's laser in what's relevant to compromise of the target machine. And we really only just have, a README file and the fact that it permits post data. So let's get down to business with WFuzz. So I'm going to exit this. I'm going to echo out my URL, which I already, when I get a new target, man, if it's running 80, I'll apply /fuzz, the fuzz keyword, so that we can use something like wfuzz to, like machine gun, man. I think of like planes that go brrr. That's what we're doing here for the web. So we're going to go common. This is just a bash alias that I have that cats a file. And I'm going to explain, don't worry, as to what we have. No worries, man. Hakuna Matata. What's happening here? wfuzz is going to say, okay. In fact, let's echo out that URL again for context. I want color in my output. That's the -C. Then I want -Z for the method of data input. We choose file. We supply a comma and then a destination, an absolute path, to the file. In our case, we'll be using seclist, which is present on Kali Linux and within the Kali Linux repository. If you do apt-get and install-yes seclist, it will go ahead and install it in user share seclist. Boom. I just have mine out of opt because we've been rocking with that for a year. So, you know, that's what we're doing. What is the next thing? --HC404. Why would we ever want to hush code 404? Why would we ever want to do that? Because I don't want 99,999 responses of, hey, Siren, I didn't find anything here. I want that 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 that are going to result in a 301 or something like that. Something successful, something useful, and more targeted towards our enumeration. And of course, we just do that at our target URL environment variable. And I actually have a separate terminal up for this very purpose. I prepare myself. So I bring this up. What's the difference? Echo URL, we have a trailing /. When we have a trailing /, what are we looking for? Directories. So here we're looking for raft large files.txt, right? And then we're going to have raft directories. This is the same command. The only difference is that I'm using a different word list in the same directory, raft large directories.txt. With all that being said, let's go ahead and lock load and then fire. We do have the manual. That's just the Apache manual. I'm not getting too excited over that. And icons directory, I bet you that's just the default Apache icons, huh? Yeah, man, I'm not seeing much interesting coming back here. Part of penetration testing as a professional tip is patience, guys. We gotta have patience. DTH, we are on the same frequency, man. I was thinking we just load up, you know, the same word list and we hit port 631 next while we're at it. Like, why not? Am I right? So let me alt-tab into Cherry Tree, and I'm just going to have 2 separates because we have 2 HTTP serving ports. wfuzz, you know, files on 80, directories on 80 in the web root, and then on port 631 cups HTTP, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to be thorough is what we're going to do. Files on 631 in the web root / and directories on 631 in the web root. So while that's going, I'll just do a little highlighting. Excellent. And it looks like it's coming to a close. Whenever I see the self-reflection tests, I usually think, oh man, we're getting towards the end of the word list. Aren't we glad that we didn't get 62,000 to, 200 404 codes, like, come on, that would have been a waste of time. And we're trying to penetrate this network, right? So let's go ahead here. Let's say, it's testing all these HTs. I'm going to go ahead and cancel with Control C out of that, Control C out of that. And we're going to bring over our enumeration. We're not going to let this go to waste, even though there's nothing too promising here. Let's bring it over. Let's be thorough. Let's be thorough. There's that. Let's get our directories over, which we really did not find anything. What, server status as of Apache 2.0 plus, like that's 403 forbidden. So there it is. Nothing really. I wouldn't even highlight this in red or this 403. Honestly, I just would not. All these 403s, like for HTs dot, like let's just trim that tree. And the web root, like duh, that exists. The .ht access. It'd be great if that resulted in a code 200, but it did not. It did not. The only thing we really have is that index.html, but at least we checked. Now onward, I believe somebody suggested the same thing. While we're on the topic of directory and file discovery, let's move on to port what? To port 631. So I'm just going to copy this. I'm going to re-export my URL. Instead of port 80, I'm just going to supply port 631. And same thing down here, man. I'm going to update it /fuzz and then a trailing / for directories. And guess how easy this is? Lock, load, and fire. Oh my god, you guys caught me. Yeah, we were testing that again. Good catch. This is live. This is live. Port 631. Thank you. Getting quite a lot back here. Ooh, it might start noticing. Yeah, this is, once I see it flooding like that, I just know that's all bogus. It might start noticing kind of a thing, that we're doing this. So let's go ahead and open it in a web browser. In fact, with that said, I'm going to echo out the IP. I have Burp Suite up and just like ready to rock and roll, man. Intercept is off. And let's hit up port 80. Obviously, we're going to have the default that we saw from our nmap scan of it works. And all we know from our enumeration, don't we? From our magnifying glass that we have index.html. I mean, we could check out manual, but this, I just want, the new students to see, like, look, this is just the Apache manual, man. This is not really particularly useful to us. So, and then what? We have icons. Just a visualization never hurt. That's forbidden anyway. So, nothing really going on there. Now, port 631 is the cups daemon, which is running its HTTP daemon. And we have an enumeration of cups 2.2.1. Nice. So I'm going to go up here, and underneath cups, I'm not even going to play around. We have cups 2.2.1. I'm going to paste that actually as plain text. If I could, click there, paste as plain text. I'm going to bold that, underline that. We got a real version back, everybody. Real version. So let's see what our directories, we got nothing really coming back here. Let's go to the top and see if it found any code 200s from the primaries. Nothing really here. Some stuff that broke it. Yeah, it's definitely, like, is administrated? See, yeah, not going to be, no, it's not. Like 405s, 200s. So realistically, I'm just going to leave this open down through about help files, which is a code 200. So that way we can at least say we were, looking at this and then it must have detected us or something, man. As far as directories is concerned, like, do we really want all this in here? No. No, we don't. We have what? What's the next phase? What's the next phase? Manual. Manual, guys. Manual, manual, manual. So we're going to take a look at robots. We're going to take a look at all that. We have a version already back. If there were a sniper clocking in and dialing on the mills on his scope, that's what we're doing. So let's check out that robots.txt. I see an admin area, and I'll add that we have 2.2.1. What do we want to do in general as a rule of thumb in practice when we've retrieved a service version like 2.2.1? What is a resource that offensive security has put out that we can use to scrub decades of verified code? Verified weaponized code, dude. What is the EDB, Luxray? Couldn't have been answered better. Absolutely. So we have that built into Kali Linux. What we're going to do is just type search exploit, and if you'd like, you can always run -- update and let that go. But for demonstration purposes, we're going to type in cups and see what comes out. What's the security track record of cups? So anything up to 2.0, not looking good. Not looking good for us. Good for them. Nice and updated. But we have 2.2.1. So unfortunate. Now, this brings us to our manual assessment. This is where, we're just looking around. What exists here? Like, can we get anything back that's useful? We have a home page, cups for users, cups for administrators, cups for developers. Let's click on administration. Okay. So we have jobs, classes, printers, RSS subscription. What if we click on classes? Help? Jobs? Printers? Okay. Oh, hello. So, dude. Anybody see what I see? Gold. Bling bling, man. That's a lot of, if you feel me. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab this. We're going to export the URL. And what I'm going to do is a little bit of bash foo. And I'm going to go back. Here, actually, we'll keep it in the files. And I'm going to curl the target URL. That's a lot of HTML. How can we make this look pretty? Turns out we have a tool in the Offensive Security's Kali Linux repository. You can apt-get and install-yes HTML to text. So you don't, sometimes you don't even have to leave your terminal, man. You can just curl it like we did and pipe that to HTML to text. Now check this out. Well, if it wants to go. Oh, I'm exporting. How about we curl it and then pipe it to HTML to text? Okay. Now we're cooking. Now we're cooking with gasoline. So what we can do here is curl that and pipe that to something like cut with a delimiter of, what about can we get lucky with a single apostrophe, a single tick, dash field 1? We can. Now what we're going to do is cut further, like scissors, man. We're just going to cut with the delimiter of a single space, dash field 1. And we're going to pipe that to sort for unique. And then we're going to pipe that out to users exfil. And we're going to nano users exfil. And we have a list of users now, dude. Potential users. Pretty nice if you ask me. No trailing white spaces. All looks good. So, let's go ahead and make this. Let's, actually, I'm going to nano this. I'm just going to select everything. And we're going to move this to our appropriate file, which is the users file that I create for every single machine. So I'm going to nano users, paste everything in, and bada boom, bada bing. What is something that we can do, guys? What is something that we can do as penetration testers with the target with the target ports that are open, I think SMTP has moved way up on the list. Thanks to HTTP and that exfil, SSH and SMTP have moved up on that list. SMTP is higher than SSH at the moment because we want to be able to verify which of the users that we collected are valid system level users. Which ones? Which ones? So what we're going to do is use netcat. We're going to netcat net verbose. That just means net. That means like x.x.x.x. And, you know, verbose to the target IP on port 25. And we're connected. So we have ESMTP postfix Debian GNU. Cool. Very cool. And there we are. So how can we verify whether one of our users that we've exfilled is actually a real user on the target machine? Well, I'll tell you. We type vrfy, and we use that verify capability that we enumerated earlier. And we're going to type vrfy Albert 550. That means he is not there. We're just going to go down the list. Geralt? Nope. vrfy David? Nope. vrfy Edmund? Nope. vrfy Ethan? vrfy Ethan? Nope. vrfy Eva? Genevieve? I'm not even gonna verify. Genevieve? No. Verify Govinsamy? Verify. No, I think that was actually from our thing there. It's not a user. Verify Jessica. Verify Kenny. Okay, verify Patrick. Ooh. We have Patrick. Let's continue down the list. vrfy Quinny 550. vrfy QIU. Hoo-hoo, another 252. So nano verified users. Let's add QIU to that. And I'm pretty sure that's not a user. I'm pretty sure this is not a user, but let's see. Roland? No. Sarah? Are you going to come in for us? No. Now, guys, we had collected something earlier, didn't we? We'd collected something earlier. Now we have a list of verified users that exist on this machine. That's right. We collected an SSH key. So let's go back to our files where we exfilled that. And I am going to attempt to SSH as both Patrick and QIU with this IDRSA key. Remember, you want to chmod 600 that IDRSA. Otherwise, it will not work. SSH-I to indicate we want to use a key for connection and authentication as Patrick at the target IP. Yes. And it wants a passphrase. What about capital P? Still wants that passphrase. What about QIU? Always want to try that upper and lowercase just to be extra thorough. Either way, it wants the passphrase. So one thing we can do is type SSH to John. You got it, chat. Exactly. PS, teaser. What we're going to do is SSH to John, and we're going to do IDRSA, and we're going to output that as crack me. And then just run SSH, or just run John on crack me -- word list is equal to user share word list rocku.txt. And let's see if we get any luck. We might not get luck, man. This machine is called Torment after all. Doesn't look like we're going to get a password back from this one. John is usually pretty quick about this stuff. You could also use hatecrack, hashcat, these types of things will perform essentially the same functionality. So now that we've done that, I'm going to kind of, normally you could let this go. Oh, hey, did it for me. Vamos, let's go. So it did not give us back any passwords. No bueno. No bueno. But guys, let's count our blessings, not our flaws. Look at the verified users. We have Patrick and QIU. That already is exfilled sensitive information, system level users that infiltrators and intruders can use with various types of attacks. So what we're going to do, no es bueno, absolutely. So what we're going to do is say that, just our own notation, we got back Patrick and we got back QIU. So a little bit of loot there, which is kind of nice. Kind of nice. We did attempt to SSH, but this, is password protected. Okay. So we could do NFS. One other thing I want to get to before we start mounting shares of type NFS to, mount temp or whatever, is IRC. Does anybody remember IRC? Anybody? And if we recall from our enumeration, this version of IRC is what's FTP, IP, anonymous, CD, it's LSLSA, cd.ngircd. So, ngcd.ngircd. And we have the channels that we got back from that, right? So let's go ahead and go back to our files, cat channels, and let's put that also at the top of our enumeration for IRC, that we did get back 2 channels, games and tormented printer. So we have ngircd, but we do not know, anything beyond this. So you can use whatever IRC or internet relay chat interface you want. You can use it with Telnet. You can connect with Netcat if you know what you're doing. But at the end of the day, it's really nice to use something. So I'm going to quickly just use HexChat. And what we're going to do is local. I already have one here called local. We're going to edit this. And just to test, we're going to remove this because I want to demonstrate something important. Here's the target IP that we've added. And we're going to close and attempt to connect. Whoa. So what do we get? Oh, my cat's coming up to me and giving me a soft paws. He's saying, I love you. Oh, I love you too, buddy. So it looks like no route to host. Oh, you know what? That would have been from before. Let's go ahead to our network list and let's edit this. And let's say that is, what is our IP again here? Echo IP. .210 on DHCP. So let's edit this as .210 and see if we get any better luck. Oh, it already attempted. So attempting to connect, and we get access denied, bad password. Let's attempt to copy that. Yeah, and let's add that to our enumeration. So we have an error message back, access denied, bad password. What comes to mind? If we don't have a password for this IRC daemon, how might we be able to still connect? Brute forcing IRC? No, that's not what we're looking for. There's a much more elegant solution. Shutting down the machine and giving up? Negative. Patrick or QIU, Telnet? Nope. Guys, what about default credentials? Remember in our enumeration, when we retrieve services back, we want to add default credentials to our list of things to try. So what we're going to do is look up, now that we know it's ngircd, we're going to type in ngircd default I don't know, default password. No password required there. Woo! Ooh! .de NGRC daemon not set password. We all like Debian. Okay, so this is a potentiality. Maybe we can try we all like Debian. Not actually paste this as plain text. We can try this. And let's go back. I'll go to my network list. I'll edit this, and this time I'll give authentication with this password and connect. Okay, so it connected. Connection to local is complete. Which channel do we want to join? Well, from our enumeration, what channels did we get back, guys? We got back 2 channels. We got back 2 channels. We have them right at the top for us. Games and Tormented Printer. Let's check out games. Welcome to games. Game set by server. Nothing here. What if we like /J Tormented Printer? Hello. Does anybody see what I see? Does anybody see what we see? A password. So this was intended, the intended route, the author wanted us to look up the default installation for something if we ever came across an IRC daemon, right? But that's bling bling. In fact, I'm going to go up here and just be like, look, we have this. This is a valid credential. And we have users Patrick and QIU. Now what are we going to do, baby? What are we going to do? We're so close. I'm going to exit out of hex chat. And what are we going to do? We have an IDRSA, don't we? Let's try typing LSLSA. Is that IR? It is. Okay. Let's SSH-I IDRSA as Patrick at the target IP. And paste in that long password. And we're connected. Well done, everybody. Well done. Beautiful, boom, so cool. Guys, you couldn't be any more correct. We've done it. We have effectively compromised this machine. We are in as Patrick. Can we sudo-l? Okay, so we do have sudo permissions. Let's go down to our post enum, down at the bottom, privesc. It's privesc time. So what we're gonna do here, is kind of just lightning round this. I know a lot of people would like to run linps.shell, but here at Offensive Security, we believe in that very fundamental understanding of our enumeration and what we're doing and, you know, the acts we're performing. So let's check world writable locations. I certainly can't explain everything in this session. We'll gather it as we, you know, together as we go. But let's check out var temp. Do we have LL? I'm going to use my breakout command. You know I like to do this. And I like to export my own custom LL to traverse. That way it clears and then displays. Nice. So nothing here, but we can write here. If I touch data, look at that. We have data up here. Pun intended. So LL on temp, nothing there. Dev shim, nothing there. What about home? We have QIU, permission denied. We have Patrick. We have a bash history. Nope. Nothing there. We have nano.ssh. So what else do we have? Let's go to Etsy. Is there anything in here that's not root or not root shadow? That is to say, is there somebody, a user like Patrick or QIU, that came in here and was like, I am going to install something, configure something, and may have left behind configuration data? Answer is no. What are the passwords on Etsy, or what's the permissions on Etsy password? Okay, so we do not have write permissions to Etsy password. Let's check out ver mail. Anybody been sending mail along on this machine? QIU, but that's permission denied. What about ver spool mail? Again, that's going to be permission denied on QIU. So, are we done enumerating? Absolutely not. Absolutely not, man. Is there anything in the root file system that doesn't belong here? User opt, media, lib, boot, mount, ben. Looks good to me, man. Looks good to me. So what about PSAUX grep-I for root --color equals auto? So let's display all processes and let's grep anywhere that something is running as root. Remember, we're trying for privilege escalation. And let's go down through, we have NFS running as system. So if we were to exploit, cough, cough, network file shares, if we were to have gone down such a route, that is running as root system, and we would effectively be able to retrieve root authority over the machine. Going down the list, it looks like we have standard GDM3, user interface, Apache 2, of which I don't really see anything else. Cups, we knew that was there. Mini SPD, nothing too much standing out, nothing too exotic. Before we check the web root, let's check the network. When we look at netstat-tonLP, what are things that we look for? Do we care about any of this 0000 stuff or any of this all stuff? No. When we're focused on privilege escalation, we're looking for anything that would be 127.0.0.1, that is to say services that might be running as root and are only downward on that loopback adapter. Unfortunately, I don't see anything. Oh, MySQL. Can we log into MySQL on 3306? User root, is there root unauthorized access? Access denied for user root at localhost. No password. Nothing, man. No bueno, no bueno. Well, that's okay. At least we checked the network. What else do we check for when we see a network? We've compromised this machine after all. We're on the infrastructure. What are other things that we're looking for? What we're looking for is there any lateral machines? That is to say, private IP address space? Any 10 dots? Any 172 dots that are connected to this that we might be able to move laterally towards and make our new target? I don't see any, but at least we checked the network. Let's go ahead and check for SUIDs and GUIDs. Actually, before SUIDs and GUIDs, cd to var www, and let's check out what actually was here. Torment.jpg. There was a secret. What? 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 Copy that. Here. What was that secret? /secret. Does pain come before sufferance, or does sufferance come before pain? I feel like this is a riddle. I feel like this one's a riddle, guys. So we also have torment.jpg. Yikes. Yikes. Spooky, huh? Spooky, spooky. So, okay, that's the web root. Why did we check the web root? Was there credentials here? That's why we checked. That's why we checked the web root. Was there any database credentials that we could have looked for? DB creds? No. No. Let's check Linux post. This is just my, again, little bash foo. to go ahead and just give me this real quick so I can copy this over and copy this over and get those suids and gooids. Ooh, I already see something. I already see something. Whoop, whoop. What do we see? What do we see? Guys, let's go here. Suids. Let's get the gooids in. Let's be fair. Someone mentioned it in chat correctly. Someone sees it. What about password reuse? Go up here real quick and just grab that. See if we can switch to QIU. No, doesn't look like it. No password reuse on QIU. But everyone is screaming PKExic. Guys, what are you thinking? What are you thinking? What is PKExic? What is this? What is this? This black magic, this voodoo. Paul kit? Poon kit. Yeah. Or Paul kit, yeah. So let's try and hit this machine, uname-a. Oof. File on bin bash. ELF 64-bit LSB executable. Let's do this, dude. Let's do this. I'm going to go to my transfers directory, cd to Linux payloads, cd to pkexec. There's my poonkit.c. So I've grabbed this off of GitHub. And is GCC, do we have compilation capability on the target machine? Dude, they were so kind to us. They gave us compilation capability. I'm going to type simple HTTP, which actually cat our bash RC, so you guys can see what this is. So all this is a little bash alias that runs a Python simple HTTP server on port 8000 out of the current working directory. So how's that for file transfer? I'm just going to type simple HTTP and bada boom, bada bing, wget HTTP 192.168. This is going to be your attacking IP off of your attacking platform. .1.7 on port 8000 / pkexec or poonkit, was it? Yeah, poonkit.c. Got it. Got it. We're going to close off that port. And there's poonkit right there. So what we're going to do is chmod 755 on poonkit. And let's just take a look. Let's head poonkit. And there are special compilation instructions to get this to work. We're going to make sure we do that to completion here. Poonkit.c. I know the chat's been asking for this one a lot all year, and I have not provided. I am so sorry. And we'll dash output it as offsec. All things considered, this will compile without a hitch. Hopefully. Hopefully. Dude, look at that. Not even an error message, not even a warning. Didn't even have to modify it. It is not always the case that we don't have to modify a payload. A lot of the times as intruders, we have to know the payload like the back of our hand, man. We really do. And I advise you guys to really look into what this Paul kit exploitation is. Now let's take a look. If I go ahead and chmod plus x to permit this binary offsec and run offsec, and that's just how it's done. Ideally, to new students, I want to emphasize that we want to look for misconfigurations before we ever go throwing weaponized code at something, because you never know. It might be destructive in some fashion. We don't want big destructive, you know? We don't want that. But guys, we freaking did it. Torment is down. Let's go to root. What do we have here? Cat author secret. Okay. Secret.txt. I am trusting you, author. I hope this is chat friendly. Whew. This is the 4th Linux box written successfully by this author. Unlike the first 3, this one had no mercy, took some development, and required a sheer ton of bravery. Setting puzzles has been an author's joy, even though some of these puzzles may be rather mind-bending. The idea is that even if we are repeatedly testing the basics can be morphed into so many different forms. The Torment box is a fine example. The privilege escalation in particular was inspired from, now let's hold it here, clear that out. No spoilers, if you were reading along with me, I want to note that to any aspiring students, there is an additional privilege escalation vector. I advise you to go back to the enumeration that we did perform here. We found something. I just wanted to give the chat boon kit because, let's face it, you guys have been asking for that all year. It is absolutely brutal. So, nonetheless, if you want extracurricular activity, please consider this additional vector to privilege escalation. It is there, I promise you. In fact, there may even be multiple methods to privilege escalation with which you can practice. What do we do now that we have root? catproof.txt, IPA, and hostname, ID, and who am I? The reason that we do this, Control-Alt-Shift-R, select as a photo, drag an area, and the reason that we do this is for formal evidence in our report. So we want to be able to show to stakeholders the level of effective authority that we were able to achieve over the target machine during the period of our engagement. So to do so for, say, project leads, stakeholders, clientele, maybe even the sysadmin, one of the 7 stakeholders, wants to see this technical information to know which machine was it, what's the networking information, which host name was it for easier identification, and what level of privilege was the hacker able to achieve. So we screenshot that, and that would go in the report. Guys, with that being said, I'm going to pull up a web browser and head to offensivesecurity.com/webinars. And it looks like we still have this upcoming webinar between the CEO, an absolutely wonderful, beautiful woman, a total inspiration to me personally, Ning Wang, and a previous student mentor of mine, even back in the day when I was going to get my OSCP, good old Jeremy Miller, or Harbinger. I used to say, man, Harbinger, like, give me, please, man, please, give me something, give me a hint, give me something. And he'd said, man, my feet up are on this one. I'm not saying anything. So I kind of turned his username into a verb that I'm pulling a Harbinger on this one. And sometimes in the streams, I will not even go further unless we get direct things from the chat. So guys, this is just going to be awesome. Between Harbinger and Ning Wang, make sure that you can go ahead and click watch the webinar, and it's featured. It's ready to rock. It's ready to roll. Let's check out our courses and certifications. So I am personally going to advertise one particular such course. This one is the one we just dropped the exam on. That is the single largest attack surface known to man, which is the web. And this is a very black box based foundational course to get you into bug bounties, to make you the star of an application security team, or the star. If your job on a red team is web application assessment, man, if they have somebody who's a OSWA, I promise you, they have got exactly who they need. So make sure you check it out on your own time, some coffee. Go ahead and click download course syllabus. It'll bring up the course syllabus and check out the types of attacks that we cover. But with that, guys, I am going to go ahead real quick and copy all of this as always. I'm going to bring it over to Wireside Text here in Discord. I'm going to say the name of the machine is DigitalWorld.local Torment. And I'm going to paste in the enumeration and everything that we did. Well, it just wants it as a text file. So you can always reference that. Another thing that is useful in the pinned messages is an updated template for students. You can click pinned and you can jump straight to it. I'll even repost it. For any of the new students of the new 400 people that attended today's stream, I am going to include this directly here for your ease of access. You can go ahead and use this notation if you like. It's just something I built upon from one of OffSec's finest, Got Milk. And, his methodology he posted on the forums like way back, and I was just able to like bring it down, man. So check this out. Make sure you check out the Offensive Security Be the Resource Challenge. And aside from that, guys, on behalf of everybody at Offensive Security, you guys are the heartbeat, the drum of this organization. We thank you from the bottom of our hearts for being here. We hope to catch you next week. To all the new people, welcome aboard. And we hope that this was an enjoyable experience for you. You will always be able to catch this stream, this VOD, for 2 weeks. You can rewatch it for learning purposes on Twitch, and we will have it uploaded shortly and processed to the YouTube channel. Thank you, guys. I'm seeing a flood of thanks coming in and just pure love from this community in the chat. Thank you guys so much, because truth be told, man, you guys freaking rock. And you are my inspiration. Each and every one of you guys is my reason to do this. And the reason OffSec came on board with our new announcement with OffSec Live. So each and every one of you is my reasons. And thank you all. And I will catch you next week, or we will catch you next week. Friday, soft start at 4:30 p.m. Eastern, and a hard start at 5 p.m. Eastern. Thank you guys so much, and happy hacking, intruders.